This is the first ever encounter between these two clubs in September.
No.
Howdy everyone, it's Sam here. I hope you're all doing really well. If you're new around these parts, I hope I can get you to consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel. And if you're a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. Obviously, there's only 2 games of rugby league happening this weekend in the NRL, and it's only going to be a short video, so let's just get stuck into it. Both of this weekend's semi-finals matches are taking place up at BB Prince Stadium in Mackay, and game number 1 features the Manly Sea Eagles hosting the Sydney Roosters. In awesome news, both of these games are complete sellouts. That's not a surprise, but it just happened in such quick time, so it's going to be a great atmosphere up there in Mackay. So the Manly Sea Eagles have just a couple of changes. Lachlan Croker comes back in after suffering an injury the week before. That means Carl Lawton reverts back to the bench, and it's Curtis Sirenen that misses out on the semi-final, so he may have played his last game for Manly Sea Eagles last weekend. Oh, and Martin Tabau, congratulations to him. He plays game number 200 this weekend. Sydney Roosters, unfortunately, their injury toll worsens, their injury ward deepens. So I say Takiaho will be missing this game. He's a veteran of the club nowadays, and he'll be sorely missed. But in a timely return, Nat Butcher comes in to cover him, Takeaho, after suffering a knee injury himself. He was out for 3 weeks, and now he's in. And the big one for the Sydney Roosters is Sam Verrills has been charged with a shoulder charge, and he's going off to the judiciary tonight to fight a grading. And if he wins, he will play. If he is unsuccessful, he won't play and may even miss a preliminary final if the Roosters do pull off an upset win. And I reckon Ben Marshke would be the player to come in and cover for Sam Verrills. Both of these sides are the 2 top teams, or the worst teams so far as completion rates go in the NRL. And up there in Mackay, where it's all humid and sweaty, sticky, I don't know if we're going to see a great game of footy, but nonetheless it will be desperate. It will be very interesting, because the Roosters, I give a shot to, I think Manly have been off obviously for the past 3 weeks, and Travojevic last weekend was nullified, so maybe the Roosters have a brand new game plan or a blueprint to try and shut him down. But as I said a couple of weeks ago, the Roosters engine is burning red hot nowadays. Their tanks might be full, but I think their engine is going to explode this Friday night up there in Mackay, and I think Manly Sea Eagles can win this by 13 plus. Not an overly extravagant large victory, but 13 plus nonetheless. And in my opinion, this is the game to look forward to the most out of the 2. It's the Penrith Panthers hosting the Parramatta Eels in the Western Sydney Derby up in Mackay. For the Penrith Panthers, there are 3 changes. Dylan Edwards, Scott Sirenen, and Moses Leota come back in, and that means Eisenhuth, Charlie Staines, and Spencer Leniu drop out of the 17, although Leniu has been named at jersey number 18. For the Parramatta Eels, there's only 1 change. Makatoa drops out and Ryan Madison comes in, and don't know how he'll go. He obviously hasn't played in about 5 or 6 weeks, so hopefully he can come out of the blocks guns a-blazing. If I can just have me say on Parramatta Eels, Marata Niukure and Junior Paulo, I thought both of them were exactly what they were: a late tackle by Niukure and a shoulder charge by Junior Paulo. Both those players have loadings, and I'm stunned that they only got away with fines and no match bans. Meanwhile, someone like Sam Verrills, who's been a clean sheet, had an innocuous, very soft shoulder charge placed on report by him, and now he's got to go defend himself and potentially miss the rest of the season. So I'm a bit stunned that those 2 props for the Eels are actually going to be playing this weekend. I think this will be a cracking game if it's anything like their mid-season contest And don't let the scoreboard fool you from their last encounter, which happened in the final match of the home and away regular season. The Eels got fair stuck into them, and Ray Stone sort of led the charge. And I just want to give a rap to Ray Stone. I think he's been really solid this season, albeit with limited opportunities. Penrith Panthers get 3 of their better players back, with all due respect to the 3 aforementioned players that will drop out of the 17 from last weekend. For this weekend, I'm going to tip the Penrith Panthers to win this one in a really close, classic game of footy. Penrith Panthers to win 1-12. And hey, now that we're down to 6 teams, I have to do this, unfortunately. Ladies and gents, that's it for me for this week. Thank you so much for the continuing support, and if you are indeed new around here, I hope you can consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel once more. I hope you all have a very nice, safe weekend. Take care and enjoy the footy. I'll see you guys very soon.